As the Cyclones off to a 3-0 start, host a Stonehill team that won its first game and has lost 4 in a row. The tip is up and won by Iowa State, and we are underway at Hilton Coliseum tonight between the Skyhawks of Stonehill and the Cyclones of Iowa State. Quickly, Jefferson catches from Buchanan and lays it in.
Say Iowa State's got 2 of the, now with Buchanan transferring in from Virginia, 2 of the best big men that have not only scored but passing.
Stonehill's first possession. Espinal Guzman tries to get to the bucket and travels.
Iowa State loves to push that down to the baseline where they can trap. You get down low there just with their size and strength, nowhere to get it to.
Iowa State's defense so focused on forcing turnovers. They get the first one on Stonehill's first possession. Lipsy has his first touch, drives it into the paint. The floater is no good. Buchanan there to clean it up, but it won't count as Lipsy will go to the line.
Boy, that's been one of the things you notice with Lipsy is he's really been aggressive looking for his shot, averaging 56 from the field already this year. 56% field goal, right. I should say.
Almost 57.
But you can just see in his body language the confidence last year dealing with so many different injuries and everything. We talked to Coach. I talked to Coach Blunt about him too, just about going into the paint, being aggressive. Coach TJ Otzelberger talked about how he loves that contact to us before the game, and now he's so healthy that he can go and really go into that contact. You see there getting to the free throw line.
Makes the second. Stinson running point for Stonehill.
Well, this is one thing that Stonehill, even though this is their 5th game in 7 nights, 8 nights, something they haven't seen so far is just the defense intensity of the Cyclones.
Tried to find a cutter there, nothing doing. Momcilovic drives for Iowa State and gets it stripped on the way up. It hits the baseline, so it'll stay with the Cyclones.
I know Coach TJ's got to be happy with that, being aggressive right off the dribble, taking it to the basket. Something they really want more out of this year is if he's got open shots, to take those shots.
Slashes there and gets fouled, and he'll go to the line. Certainly an emphasis of a TJ Otzelberger offense is getting to the free throw line. This will be tries number 3 and 4 for the Cyclones at the line, as we see Coach Otzelberger on the sideline there.
That's one of the big things I've noticed too with this Iowa State team is how they spread the defense, really move the ball. They work for the open guys. Very unselfish, looking for that open shot. They drive and dish, really share the basketball well.
Chilovic makes both. Some full court press for the Cyclones.
Iowa State just puts enough on there just to make them think about it. The length of Iowa State's just going to be bothersome to Stonehill all night long.
Sunderland looking for the player on the baseline. Lipsy there to steal it ahead to Torre. He lays it in.
Lipsy does such a great job anticipating the basket, being right in that pocket area. And Torre doing a great job running the court. I don't think I've seen a team so much that Coach Otzelberger talked about sharing the basketball that they'd rather have assists than points.
Kofi misses his first attempt, but the rebound rolls out of bounds off of Iowa State. Kofi inbounding.
Such a great addition, Buchanan too, transferring in. The transfer for Virginia.
Another turnover here for Stonehill. They've turned it over already 4 times. They have just 1 field goal attempt.
Iowa State's main key on defense when they look to recruit, they want a point guard and a 5-man that want to play defense. The offense will come to it, they work through it, and they really got that out of Lipsy and Buchanan.
Jefferson a little too much on the layup, and a foul on the rebound. Will keep it with, give it rather, to Stonehill.
And even Lipsy last year, of what he had to battle through with injuries and everything else, was part of the all Big 10 or Big 12 defensive team.
The 3rd team all Big 12 player, first team a couple of years ago. Cyclones by a touchdown early on. Espinal Guzman into traffic, stripped away by Jefferson. Another Stonehill turnover. Lipsy has it left wing, steps into a three, misses it short. Rebound pinballing around and is controlled by Chaz Stinson.
If you're Stonehill, you've just got to move the ball. There's too much dribbling into traffic. Trouble is, you get so frustrated, you're not able to get shots off. Just like that, you take a little bit too many dribbles.
Jefferson with the basketball right wing. Finds Momcilovic, who was fouled on the catch.
See, Stonehill being down 2 players would be interesting if they stay in a man-to-man much this set first half. If they don't try to play somewhat of a zone. It's one of the big questions I had looking at this game is how are they going to match up the size of Iowa State, the physicality, not only the athleticism, but just the size.
A little bit too much for Jefferson, but he's fouled trying to catch the pass. Undercut by Espinal Guzman.
Stonehill just doesn't have the size down low. Need to almost front that. You got to find a way to front that and double team it versus playing one-on-one. Problem is there's just too many weapons on the floor for Iowa State. That's a big change this year too. Just there's all 5 players are a weapon not only inside to drive and penetrate, but to shoot for the 3.
Stonehill still looking for its first basket 3 minutes into the game. Tudic picks it up and finds Sunderland. Pass to the corner is tipped out of bounds. Ball hawking Iowa State defense.
Stonehill's just got to work. They've got to try to find a way to get into the defense, into that perimeter, into the paint area where they can get some dribble penetration, feel the defense, and then pass it. Too much dribbling.
Toure with a one-on-one steal, and he will run it and slam it.
Just great hands there, anticipation just to get it out, quickness to go after it.
Ones have the first 9 points of this game. Sunderland. Tudic back to Sunderland. He'll drive and kick. 3 for Kofi. Yes.
There's just too much room there, Kofi. That's what he can do well, shooting 44% from the 3-point line. Too much space there, no closeout. But just that little penetration they're able to get to free up the open quick pick.
Toure loses it, and the Cyclones turn it over for the first time. Devontae Hackett, one of 2 Canadians on this Stonehill team. Back to the other one, Kofi.
And the hard part for Stonehill right now is just offensively 5 feet outside that 3-point line.
Espinal Guzman out to Sunderland. He drives and kicks. Hackett steps around. 3 at the shot clock buzzer. They say he did not get it off. 9-3 Iowa State at the
early on here in the basketball season, guys.
Thanks, Elizabeth. Iowa State with a 9-3 lead over Stonehill at the first media timeout. Jefferson muscles his way in and scores off the window.
Again, we'll talk about it all game, just the strength, the size, able to do everything he wanted inside, got a good placement above that block, able to lower that shoulder and get right to the front of the rim.
Pierce McGinn on perimeter pressure from Eric Mulder, swings it out to Kofi. Out to Espinal Guzman, he nails a 3.
Stonehill just didn't get anything going there, wasn't able to get in the paint. Just an open 3, able to get that to go down. Stonehill's going to have to make shots from the perimeter if they hope to get anywhere in this game.
Lipsy switches to the right hand and scores left of the rim.
Just a pretty move again, just being aggressive. Boy, when you got a point guard that can lead you on the offensive end and the defensive end, and just a different player this year, being healthy, you can just see it as he gets up and down the court the way he's looking. Second steal of the night.
He wants to drive. Lipsy all the way in, didn't get the finish. Rebound tipping around, and Nate Heisey finds Momcilovic. A 3 is off the mark. Lipsy a rebound, puts it in.
Boy, that was a good look. Good look there. Got to keep firing up. Great hustle out of Heisey, though. Nate brings so much energy off the bench there. Can shoot the three, but also just the energy he brings. It's so big, especially in games like this. Everybody kind of, you know, a lot of people don't know. I didn't know who Stonehill was, honestly, before a week ago. Started watching them all week. They played 5 games in the last 8 days. 2 over the weekend. Friday night, they lose in overtime. Saturday night, they're up 1 at half. Just kind of ran out of steam. Then have to travel out here from the East Coast to play on a Monday night. And Coach Krause was honest with it. He knew, he said, you know why we have to play these games? It's a budget thing. But for these guys, it's also just it's a fun environment to get and play in arenas like this, in front of crowds like this.
Pass is corralled and then stolen by Jefferson. And the Cyclones will push in transition through Dominic Nelson. He leaves it short but gets fouled.
Part Iowa State loves to do is once they get that ball in hand, to get out and run, push it up the floor.
Dominic Nelson, the WAC Player of the Year, Utah Valley a year ago.
And Coach Aschelberger talked about it best before the game, of just coming out here and playing with the same intensity no matter who's on front of the jersey, of just getting that same input every night out of everyone.
What Nelson did better than anybody else in the WAC last season was get to the free throw line and make free throws. Led the WAC in free throw makes and free throw attempts a year ago. He misses both here, and Kofi secures the rebound. 9-point advantage for Iowa State.
It's so huge, especially once you get into conference Big 12 season, of being able to not only get to the free throw line, but making those free throws.
Kofi hits another 3. Stonehill has 3 field goals, all from deep.
Kofi's got such a nice stroke, able to get that falling away at the basket, a high release.
NEC all-freshman team member a year ago. Here's Iowa State's freshman Toure. He shot puts it in.
Well, this Stonehill team picked in the NEC, finished 3rd. Once they get full strength and they get into their conference schedule, it'll be interesting. You know, these are the games that they're not known about. They talk about going to Division I, and now they've got a program so they get some notoriety, they get some exposure. It's definitely a team that I'll watch now, knowing them and knowing Coach Krause and everything else. You'll watch how they do throughout the season, especially when they get into conference.
Coach Krause in his 12th season, rather 13th at the helm of Stonehill. He's taken the Skyhawks to 3 Division II NCAA appearances and has led them in the transition to Division I. Toure puts it up with the right hand, couldn't get the roll. Stinson in for the rebound. Pushes forward to Kofi, now Tudic up top.
Iowa State does such a great job getting back into position. Again, corralling. Stonehill's just got to move that ball quicker. Every time somebody gets it down, Kofi does a nice job sizing up the defense first before he puts it down. Too many of the Stonehill players are putting on the floor too quick.
Still gets it stolen by Nelson. Nelson gets it back and lays it in. Count it and the foul.
Boy, what a nice shot, just going with that left hand to get into the body and stretch with that left hand on the right side.
Dominic Nelson will try for the 3-point play when we return. A 10-point lead for Iowa State at the under-12 timeout. 11 turnovers that they've forced, 7 of them have been steals. And Nelson can't convert the 3-point play after being iced by the media timeout.
Well, when you play against a defense like that really like to extend you, they're in the path. Iowa State's so long, you just can't catch and dribble. Got to be able to square up. You don't want to keep your back to the basket, too.
This one rolls off again, but into the hands of another Stonehill player, and they get it to their leading scorer, Kofi. He has 6 early points, tries his first 2 ball, and gets it.
Kofi's he's impressive the way he can handle the ball. He's got a great stroke. Again, he gets everyone's best shot. He's really their go-to player, their number 1, number 2, and number 3 option.
Toure falls down on his shot attempt. Trenton Ruth rebounds. Kofi in transition missed the 3. Rebound is secured by Buchanan eventually, but not without some fight from Stonehill. And Nelson is fouled on the floor.
Well, even on that miss, Kofi hitting it on the transition to catch and right in front of us, rise up the way he did. Just a nice looking shot, came up a little bit short. Definitely a great catch for Stonehill.
One thing that Coach Krause talked about, key for his team would be rebounding. Saw the fight on the offensive glass there. Stonehill out rebounding Iowa State 8-4 early on.
And you're looking, when you're Stonehill, you're looking at little goals. Even if you know that you're probably not coming out with a win here, it's the little things that you can get better at. Are you boxing out? You talked about, Coach Krause talked about the rebounding. It's blocking out, getting those key rebounds. It's looking at the micro part of the game versus the macro. Looking at the little things they can get better moving forward in their season.
Nelson hits both of the 1-and-1 opportunity. He establishes a 10-point lead for Iowa State halfway through the first half.
Iowa State just really wants to speed up Stonehill. In situations, you really just got to catch it. You got to square up, rip it through. You got to find ways to get Iowa State back on their heels defensively. Iowa State does a good job pressuring that ball. That Stonehill's most of the time with their back to the basket.
Tudich at the elbow with 10 to shoot. Spins around, loses the handle. Ruth comes away with the loose ball. Three ball for McGinn goes through.
It's one of the things Stonehill can do. They shoot the ball well from the threes.
Elizabeth Eiley had ears on the huddle. Let's hear from her.
Yeah, guys, listening in on the Iowa State bench, the message from the coaching staff has been really consistent. Just play together and play for each other. They're emphasizing unselfish basketball, extra possesses, and just staying locked in on every possession. You can hear them reminding the group that when they trust each other is their best. So that's just been the tone right now on the sideline for them.
Thanks, Elizabeth. Iowa State turns it over for just the second time tonight. Tudich is fouled. Buchanan displaces him.
Well, both teams coming in, they have their agendas. You know, we talked to Coach Krause, and we talked about the little things that they need to do. Need to rebound, need to do this. Iowa State, it's mentally coming into this game prepared, not looking at the front, looking at Stonehill, looking at this as the Kansas, BYU, Houston, and playing with the same intensity. It's hard to do. That's one of the first questions I asked Coach Brown. What do you really talk about your players today? I think it's kind of stressed all in the shoot around of just getting out with the same intensity no matter who they're playing with.
She gets that rebound for Iowa State and feeds Jefferson, who there's a foul off the ball. Looks like Ridvan Tudich jostling for position with Dominikas Plata. And that will send the German international to the free throw line.
Just waited a little bit too long to establish position there.
Lane violation on the first free throw. Plata will get another chance.
One thing defensively, Stonehill, they've got to get down. They've got to get to that top elbow of the free throw line and meet the bigs. The bigs do a great job for Iowa State running to spots, trying to secure their spots early. And defensively, if you just run back and you run to the hole, you run to the basket and try and turn and look, it's too late. You've got to be upside that Big 12, higher than the numbers, meeting. It was called that block, the sweet spot, not giving them that spot.
Plata makes his first two free throws of the season.
He's come in and played some, I think, some important minutes too. Early on, the freshmen, the two freshmen that have come in for Iowa State, just bringing some energy minutes, some production minutes too, that I think lets the coaching staff know that they can count on them to sub them in, give their main players a little bit of time off.
Ruth misses the three, just the second three-point miss for Stonehill tonight. Jefferson wants three, pinballs out, and Hackett collects for Stonehill. 9-point lead for Iowa State with 9 minutes to go in the first half. Devontae Hackett swings it to Tudich. Tudich into the lane, gets the layup off the glass and in.
You can see right there that Stonehill got a little bit more comfortable there. They got into their set. Was able to spread that to the left side, kind of spread out the defense.
Lipsy dishes to Jefferson, who muscles his way in again.
Well, it's huge when you have a big like Jefferson that can put the ball on the floor, can shoot the three, but extend that defense, put it on the floor and attack the basket.
3 assists for Taman Lipsy to go along with 3 rebounds and 5 points. Jefferson up to 6 points. Ruth steps in, gives it to Tudich, who is stripped on the way up. McGinn collects a loose ball, misses the layup, and Jefferson pulls it down. Jefferson out to Lipsy, open 3, short. Fight on the rebound is tipped out of bounds off of Iowa State. 9-point lead for the Cyclones. Stonehill basketball when we return.
Well, Iowa State got a great one. I mean, TJ he's one of those that he wants to be here in Ames. He loves this place. You know, just in what he's done for Iowa State, being here for 5 years, 4 years already in the tournament, 2 Sweet 16s. He's really great to the old players too. Very personal and wants us to be a part of the program. And forgot us, even though it's been 40 years.
Theoretically.
I've known TJ a long time. And back when he was an assistant with Coach McDermott and Coach Prohm. 2 other great coaches that been around here. What Coach McDermott's been able to do at Creighton, and Coach Prohm's back at Murray State. But the foundation these first 5 years, going into his 5th year of just what he's established, the players that he brings in, their character, what they stand for. He always talks about it's more than just the basketball.
Tudich absorbs some physicality and makes the layup. Lipsy for Iowa State finds Nelson. Momcilovic steps around for 3. Rattles out. Jefferson, the offensive rebound, puts it back in.
Those are the parts of the game Stonehill's not going to be able to control, but you can get a sense on the offensive end they're starting to get a little more comfortable. I guarantee they talked about that in Iowa State's huddle during that timeout. Stonehill are starting to get their penetration. They're getting looks at the basket.
Hackett gets one there, and that's the thing for Stonehill tonight. When they've gotten a shot off, they've been very efficient. They're 57% from the floor, 4 of 6 from deep. Lipsy lays it in.
Yeah, the part that I really looked at, again, is just having the stamina coming in for this entire game. What they've had, kind of the road warriors they've been over the last week here. Playing 2 long games, Friday, Saturday, traveling out here from the East Coast, and then playing Monday night. But again, there's been no quitting, and they're starting to get into their offensive routine.
Hackett is double teamed, goes cross court for a 3 for Holden, yes.
Just like that, a great look across court. Even though there was a double team came at it, does a nice job keeping his feet, having the vision to see across court. And like I said, they've been dead-eye knocking down shots when they're open.
Nelson looking for Iowa State's first 3, didn't get it. Rebound for Stonehill's Pierce McGinn. Elizabeth was listening to the Stonehill huddle during the last timeout.
Yeah, listening in on that Stonehill bench, the message is very calm but urgent. The coaches are reminding the team that they're in this. They just need to keep stacking good possessions on good possessions. They're emphasizing smart shot selection, defensive communication, and just staying connected on both ends. Even down a bit, the theme is confidence. Play together, trust the plan, and just keep the pressure on.
Kofi misses a 3. As Jefferson spins in and puts it in with the left hand.
Yeah, Iowa State's got to go to their bread and butter. There's no competition down low against Stonehill. You've got to be able to feed it down low, either with the drive or penetration. Saw a few times Iowa State kind of settling for that 3 ball.
Cyclones are 12 for 17 inside the arc. They've yet to make a 3 on 6 attempts. Hackett Hackett drives it in. Dish is late. The pass tipped around and eventually taken away by the Cyclones. Jefferson absorbs contact, gets fouled, and Joshua Jefferson will go to the line for a 1-and-1.
Boy, just little parts of Stonehill, though, starting to impress me. Just getting into the paint. Like I said, they're just getting a little bit. I don't know if they're getting comfortable or they're just, like I said, listen to Coach Krause, being a little bit more stronger. Iowa State's got to impose their will on that defensive end.
Coach Krause told us before the game that they knew it would be a physical contest. Obviously, an Iowa State team that prides itself on its physicality. Jefferson's first free throw is good. But to me, it looked like they were shying away from that physicality in the first couple before, let's say, the under 12 timeout. Since then, they've come out with a different focus, absorbed some physicality, embraced it a little bit, and it's getting them better looks on the offensive end.
Well, it definitely wasn't the physicality they saw over the weekend, and I guarantee during practice yesterday and then shoot around during today, trying to talk about it, trying to replicate it in a scout team. There's no way you can do that. So it is kind of a shock that first 8 to 10 minutes. And then all of a sudden you start making some plays and you're realizing, hey, we can do this.
Kofi with a hand in his face hits the three.
Now they're getting those shots that they want. We talked about that, getting into the paint, nice little drive and dish. Kofi ready just to catch, and he's got such elevation with that shot.
Lipsy floater doesn't go. Espinal Guzman pulls it down. It's a 6-point game. Stonehill with the basketball. He can make it a 1-possession game here. Floater, no. Rebound for Jefferson. Lipsy finds Jefferson up top. He's got it at the free throw line. Drives his way in. Joshua Jefferson continues to make things happen in the paint. He's got 13 first-half points.
This is sometimes the hardest time if you're a team like Iowa State coming out not really knowing a lot about Stonehill. It's not so much the defensive end playing pressure, but it's offensively doing the easy things, getting the buckets that you really can count on.
Been able to count on Jefferson today. He is 6 of 7. McGinn, quick trigger on the three off the corner pocket. Nelson rebounds and pushes in transition. Nelson commits an offensive foul. It'll be Stonehill basketball after this. Cyclone line just 4 2-point field goal makes for Stonehill. Meanwhile, all 13 of Iowa State's field goals are inside the arc. An 8-point lead for Iowa State. 3 minutes from halftime. Kofi throws it underneath and throws it away as Toure's in the passing lane. Bateman on the run. Left it short. Buchanan cleans it up.
Well, I tell you, Iowa State's bigs do such a great job of running to the rim, just waiting to clean up. Seen that a lot in the Mississippi State game, and now tonight, just a big finish out of Buchanan. Started just Toure with a great anticipation defensively to get a hand in that passing lane. It was a great cut. Is Toure able to close that gap quickly, and then his length.
Kofi steps through, up with the left hand, can't get the roll. Buchanan rebounds. Toure pushes in transition.
There was another good look by Kofi, though. He impresses me. He's able to use his body to get through the smallest gaps.
Lipsy gets his own rebound and floats it in off the glass.
Good anticipation there. Knew it was going to come up short. You could tell body language as soon as he went off, able to catch it and get that runner off the lane, off the glass.
Foul on Nate Heisey, trying to get around, steal the pass from Pierce McGinn. So we take another look at this Lipsy rebound and putback.
Good anticipation there. I would say the shooter knows where it's going to be first. He knew it came up short. Stonehill just got caught standing flat-footed.
So McGinn at the line shooting a 1-and-1. He's 7 of 8 from the line this season. Makes the first.
Stonehill's doing a good job, as we saw coming out of break. The 3-point shots going down. It's a high part of their offense and going to have to be tonight. They're not going to be able to just get post catches. They're going to have to be able to penetrate, get into the paint. look for those driving dishes. And they're doing a good job off the ball, too, of just finding those spots.
Mulder rebounds the miss from McGinn. 11-point lead for Iowa State. They were on a 6-0 run before the one free throw for McGinn. Lipsey down the right side of the lane, banks it in.
Lipsey's starting to do such a great job this year of just being a floor general, handling the ball out, making the right plays. Had Jefferson to clean it up if it doesn't go in.
Iowa State starting to place a greater emphasis on attacking the basket. Obviously, it's a huge part of their offense, but it's what's working for them tonight.
It's a team like Stonehill. It's got to be your highest priority is going at the paint, winning that battle inside the paint.
A couple of three-point misses from Stonehill on that possession. Jefferson wants to drive again, spins around in the paint, had nowhere to go with it. He knows he can't be the first to touch it, but he is kind of shoved into the basketball there.
Well, you see a lot of the teams that are in their conferences or conference like those, they might have 8 to 10 to 15 games in the early part of the season that are on the road. That's their budget making part of the year. You get paid to come play these games. Everybody wonders why Iowa State would. It's not so much Iowa State, it's these teams need to schedule these games into their season. Financially part of it. And then it goes a long way, again, getting into their league. There's guys getting big minutes right now with Stonehill being down 2 players, 2 major players, that other guys are getting time to fill in here, that when those 2 come back, when they do come back, talked about pick 3rd in their conference.
Lipsey, the runner, is good.
Well, we've seen that's just been a mirror effect coming off that top screen.
Iowa State hits its final 3 field goal attempts of the first half to create some separation going into halftime.
I mean, those are physical wars that you've got to be able to attack that paint, knock down free throws, but know that you're going to draw so much defensive attention to be able to kick it out. Guys got to knock it down.
Stonehill begins the second half with the basketball, trailing Iowa State by 15. First ever meeting between these 2 schools. Stonehill turned the ball over 11 times in the first 8 minutes of the first half, only twice in the final 12. They'll turn it over there. Miscommunication there between Espinal Guzman and Kofi, and Espinal Guzman throws it to an empty sideline.
Well, I think we heard what we expect out of both coaches at halftime. Coach Krause there talking about, I think he was happy with his team. He wasn't worried about the score, but their effort, especially closing that half, they started to get a little bit more comfortable, knocking down shots, and then getting rebounds. Only 3 off of Iowa State.
Kilian Torre has Iowa State's first triple.
And Coach Otzberger, you knew what he was going to talk about, defensive-minded, getting into the defense, extending Stonehill out. Don't let them be comfortable, and you're seeing right now, Iowa State getting into the defensive stance, getting up into the body and forcing that dribble outside.
Espinal Guzman picks up his dribble out to Kofi. Pulls up for a contested 3-point look that doesn't go down. Offensive rebound for McGinn. Or rather, Tudic. And he is fouled. Chilevic picks up the foul.
And just a great effort play inside all by himself, able to come down with 3 Cyclones on him, come down with that ball. So Coach Otzberger is talking about when they're dribbling, when Stonehill's dribbling, making them feel uncomfortable.
The Cyclones battle for that rebound after the Stinson miss from 3. Jefferson steps into a left wing 3. Yes! Shooter's touch for Joshua Jefferson.
Hey boy, if Jefferson can bring that into his arsenal, be a little consistent on that 3 ball, that can really extend that defense.
Kofi, mid-range, way too much. But an offensive rebound. Kofi will get another chance. Kicks it out. 3 ball. Good.
You just can't relax. That's one of their offensive tools. They're looking to get that. Anytime they get into the paint, they're not necessarily looking to get a shot off. They're finding their teammate on the perimeter.
That's Rex Sunderland with his first field goal attempt. It's a made three-pointer. Momcilovic out to Jefferson. He wants 3 more. Twirls the iron. Stinson collects. Iowa State's first 3 field goal attempts of the second half are threes. They made 2 of them after missing 7 in the first half. Pass tipped. Cyclones can't come away with it. Tudic into the lane. Too much. And Jefferson collects the rebound after a late contest. Cyclones push the tempo. Momcilovic, 3, no. Buchanan offensive rebound and gets fouled on his stick-back attempt.
Boy, great look down the floor, too. Open 3, able to get that up in there. Buchanan, just a great offensive rebound. That's a big part that Buchanan will bring to this Cyclone team. Just offensive rebound, the presence inside.
Buchanan at the line shooting 2. Missed the first. He's now 3 of 9 from the free throw line this season. Shot 54% from the line at Virginia a year ago.
I tell you, so much of a lost art these days. Free throws, you watch the games throughout the season, how many games are lost by free throws, especially in that second half. Opportunities you get at that free throw line, they always talk about making layups and free throws. You can win or lose close games.
Sunderland has Stonehill's 3 points in the second half. Espinal Guzman finds a cunning Hackett. He fades away and misses short. Buchanan collects, outlets to Toure.
That was a good look, though. Good cut into the middle.
Toure out to Lipsy, corner 3. Bingo!
Well, that's part of Lipsy's arsenal. It's got to get consistent. It's been more consistent. Getting that 3 ball. Much easier to shoot that 3 ball now. Being healthy, though, too. Not dealing with hand, wrist, shoulder injuries.
Cyclones haven't even bothered to take a 2-point attempt this second half. They made 3 threes on 5 attempts. Kick out for Espinal Guzman. His 3-pointer won't go. Jefferson coming alive on the glass, pulls down his 7th rebound. Lipsy into the teeth of the defense, goes up strong and gets fouled.
Lipsy does a nice job again, just getting his strength, using his body, getting into the body. Even look bigger this year, just a little bit stockier, put on a little muscle.
They get into the weight room. Lipsy makes the first. He and Jefferson battling for Iowa State's leading scorer title today. Jefferson edged in front. Now Lipsy with 17 to Jefferson's 16. He makes both.
The weight room is just so integral of any program these days. The amount of pounding that goes on the body with 30-plus games in a college season. There really is no off season anymore in college. Trying to take care of your body. It's so important to take care of your body. It's not just about the weights, it's nutrition. There's so many things that go into these D1 programs. All levels, but the D1 has the financial part, a lot of it, like in Iowa State, Big 12, Big 10, those schools.
Hackett gets the slam on the run out. Iowa State a little sloppy with the basketball after forcing a turnover, and Devontae Hackett rocks the rim.
And the officials really looked at that. A little bit of an excessive hang, but I don't think they wanted to call that this type of game.
Momcilovic knocks down a 3.
Momcilovic, that's got to be one of those shots. He's got to be so aggressive this year, looking for his shot, being that 3rd offensive scorer. You got Jefferson and Lipsy that will take that shot anytime. He's got to bring that arsenal, even if he misses 2 or 3 or 5 in a row, to continue to take those shots when he's open.
Ruth out to McGinn for 3. Not there. Mulder quickly to Heisey. He doesn't have numbers. Gets it back to Momcilovic into the lane and puts it in.
He is just one of those players that I feel that he's the only one on this squad that can just turn 10, 15 points off in a row, and he gets hot.
He has so many tools in his arsenal.
Oh yeah, he's got a great high three-point shot. Always looked at it as like a Larry Bird type of shot. He can back you down, got that little fadeaway, able to shoot it off the run.
Chilovic thought about a deep one there. Looking for space to drive, kicks out to Toure. Jefferson working on McGinn. Bodies him up, but leaves it short. Just the second miss for Jefferson inside the arc today. Stonehill runs it forward quickly through Devontae Hackett. Now out to Trenton Ruth. Into the paint. Floater good with the left hand. Tough shot for Trenton Ruth.
Nice strength there, where, like I said, with that left hand able to get in there. You see Jefferson that last time. He knew he had an advantage. He took it. Chilovic will. He had Kofi on him that last time. I thought he should have kind of taken it at him.
Iowa State outscoring Stonehill 16 to 24-point lead for Iowa State. Stonehill with the basketball after the Iowa State turnover. Lipsy nearly gets the steal. Instead, Ruth finds Tudic underneath. His reverse is good. I think he was looking for the glass, didn't find it, but found the bottom of the basket.
Well, that just started again. Stonehill comfortable to drive, strong drive. Just great footwork down low, especially able to use that backside of the net and the rim.
Chilovic fakes the fader and feeds Jefferson. Jefferson off the glass, counted plus tax.
Well, just nothing you can do there. Just uses his body, a little drop step, gets into the body and just uses his shoulders to move the defense. And just not strong enough, able to go up and through that contact.
Jefferson trying to make it a three-point play. 18 points, 7 boards for the Cyclone senior from Las Vegas. He hits it.
Jefferson's one of those players. He can extend the defense. He looks for that three. Boy, he's so much better for the offense if he just putting the ball on the floor, attacking the bigs. It'll bring so much defense to him.
Ruth out to the left wing for Corey Lavelle into the game for the first time. Ruth drives it all the way down, spins around, fades away, misses short. Tipped rebound secured by Hackett. He can't get the layup to go. And then a foul on Iowa State, so Stonehill will get a third opportunity here.
Boy, great energy and hustle. Stonehill there, second and third opportunities. These are little things that make Coach Krause happy there, just seeing the effort, especially this part of the game. Almost halfway through that second half here. You're down a big number, but the energy still staying there.
Ruth, 10 to shoot, gets it out to Hackett. Hackett into the corner, into the lane. Momcilovic takes it away.
Iowa State got that defense, into the corner there. Just a great look. Lipsy there.
What a pass from Taman Lipsy, and Buchanan flushes it. Elizabeth Eiley had ears on the Iowa State huddle just moments ago.
Yeah, from the Iowa State bench, the message is all about composure. Even though they are up, the coaches are reminding the team to keep their standard high. No relaxed possessions and no shortcuts. They want crisp, offensive, active hands on defense, and for everyone to stay locked into the game plan. The emphasis is that the scoreboard doesn't change how they play. They want to close this one out the right way.
Thanks, Elizabeth. Trenton Ruth hits his first three. Lipsy drives it in and banks it home.
That's the hardest part about these games is trying to coach that effort when the lead is as high as it is, especially on that defensive end. Do the little things, and then offensively, just a great look, Stonehill there.
Tudic slams it home on a great assist.
Well, those are such learning lessons there for a team like Stonehill, able to drive into that pin, into that double team, and having the vision, keeping the vision, not worrying about being double teamed, but having the vision, make a great pass and a good finish.
Lipsy commits a foul on his rebound attempt.
He just needs some help around him, needs somebody else that can rely on. Everything's got to go through him. At 11 at half, still has 11. He's gotten off a few attempts. You've seen that first half. Stonehill was 54% from the field, or 43%, now 37% in the second half. You can tell the legs getting a little bit, shots are coming up a little short. Still getting some decent looks at it.
Lipsy out to Buchanan, bounce pass for Jefferson, and he changed his mind late about what he was going to do because of the contact he felt, so he'll go to the line for 2.
I think that set just came right out of the timeout there. And coach wanted to see something. Great execution just to get Jefferson down low, get him in a seal situation that there's no way defensively unless they send a double team. And Jefferson's so good with his footwork, able to get it right to the rim, turn those shoulders and go right to the glass.
This is the first free throw. Cyclones 11 of 19 from the line tonight. Second one rolls in, and Jefferson has his second 20-point game of the season. He and Taman Lipsy both with an even 20 points for Iowa State. Lipsy, a 20-point game in back-to-back games.
In the landscape of college basketball, this whole thing, Coach, when we talk with Coach Krause, one of the things, you know, how prevalent NIL is now in college basketball, and he's talking about they have no NIL. These players are playing because they love the game. Now you take a player like Kofi that's showing some light here, all freshman team on the preseason, and you see all conference team, that if it goes well, does he get recruited to go to a different place?
Jefferson finds Buchanan. He spins to the basket and lays it in. Blake Buchanan is 3 for 3 from the floor tonight. Also has 5 rebounds.
Well, Buchanan just brings such an unselfish awareness to the game, defensively, offensively.
Trenton Ruth goes over and back and gives it back to the Cyclones.
The Cyclone basketball staff, they knew what they're getting defensively with Buchanan coming in for Virginia, playing in a program that was all about defense, now being able to utilize his offensive skills too at both ends.
Ryan Bateman bounces for Jefferson, working on a 20-point game. Back to Bateman, long 3, yes!
Bateman's been so impressive. Was able to knock down that 3 ball against Mississippi State. Again, the length and athleticism. Able to come off that bench and just give you some big minutes for this Cyclone team.
7 of 15 from the 3-point line this season is Bateman. Cyclones out to their first 30-point lead of the day. Ruth bounces to Tudic in the lane. He gets blocked by Buchanan. Toure on the run out, leaves it for Nelson, reverses and scores.
That's what the Cyclones want to do. They get that defensive stance and get that easy run out. Cyclones do a good job getting the corners, filling the lanes.
Espinal Guzman picks up his dribble. Out to Kofi, a quiet, scoreless second half for Kofi. He's fouled by Bateman.
Those are the plays right there, just being able to rip it through. You could tell, I knew as soon as he got that catch, he was going to look to get that play. A great help side, Jefferson and Buchanan both down there. Just a nice, good run out, fill that lane, get that angle. All started out that defensive end.
That's the TJ Otzelberger identity. Kofi fouled again. Bateman fouls him twice in the same possession.
Let's come to the point right there. Last 2 possessions, Kofi, you could just see it in his eyes. He's looking to get his shot, take his shot.
It's hard to contain him in one-on-one defense.
I think it's coming from the bench too. They want him to be more aggressive. Start taking it at him. You can see the ball getting in his hands.
Kofi misses left iron. Rebound tipped into the hands of Dominic Nelson.
It was a little bit of a forced shot, but still, he's able to do a lot of things.
Nelson somehow finds the angle, gets the basket and the harm.
We're going to get Kofi just right on that low end, just that low body. Be a little bit of a touch there.
10 straight points for Iowa State. Nelson will try to make it 11. 8 points and 3 rebounds off the bench. The Utah Valley transfer misses that one. Tipped rebound is secured by Anthony Holden. Out to Kofi. Stonehill trying to work in transition. Kofi into the paint. Kicks out. Espinal Guzman. Triple try. Good.
Guzman's one of those that they've really wanted to get more out of him. Inside out. Is known that he can put the ball on the floor, attack the basket.
Plata outside the paint, trying to work his way in. Waits for the block to go by, slips out of his hands, and the rebound tipped to Espinal Guzman.
Boy, had the right thought there. And good footwork down low, able to get through. Just slipped out of his hand.
Again, working on the defense from Plata. And that ball slips out of his hand, and Jefferson takes it away. Jefferson on the run out all the way. Oh boy, hard foul. And it is a flagrant.
That's a tough one there. It looked like he was going to help him pick up, but boy, they made the right call there. He just grabbed the arm.
Correct call. Excessive and or unnecessary. Jefferson makes the first, and I think the second part of that definition that you saw on screen is the key there. Second one good for Joshua Jefferson. Not a legitimate play on the ball. McGinn just reaches up, grabs the arm, and throws Jefferson down. That's the key there. So 2 shots and the ball for Iowa State. The inbound goes to Momcilovic.
This is where he's got to be aggressive. He's got the advantage here.
He gets past his defender and gets the bank shot.
He's got such good footwork down low, able to pivot. A lot of times we'll rely on that fadeaway jumper, but able to go to the glass there.
Good cut to the basket from Sunderland, and he gets the layup, absorbing some contact on his way to the rack.
Now, the play was odd just because it looked like he's going after the ball, then he hit his arm and then just didn't release. And then it looked like he's going to help Jefferson. Jefferson got up, and both teams were really good about just not escalating it.
Nelson absorbs some contact at the rim, misses the shot, and the rebound out of bounds off of Stonehill. Ball did not hit the rim. 11 on the timer for Iowa State. Lipsy from the baseline.
Great time to execute plays.
Momcilovic catch and shoot 3, rims out. Jefferson collects the offensive board. Out to Nelson. Joshua Jefferson working on a 22-point performance. Gets to the glass and gets fouled.
Jefferson does such a nice job again, taking it to that middle. Versus a big, no matter where he catches it, he's always checking that middle. He's looking that opposite side, nothing there, able to put it on the floor, attack, and go again right through. Such a disadvantage, going right through the arms, getting to the free throw line. If there's been any weak spot, it's been the free throw line for the Cyclones.
What'd you say? 14 of 23, now 24 are the Cyclones from the stripe. 58%. Jefferson goes 1 of 2. 23 points, 9 boards, 4 assists for Joshua Jefferson. Almost just another night at the office for him.
These free throws just can haunt you as the season goes on, though. A game like this obviously doesn't matter. But there'll be plenty of games in this season that it will come down to making those few little bunnies.
Kofi into the paint, fading away, missed it left, and the rebound tipped into the hands of Lipsy. Lipsy sprints it forward, finds Jefferson, now Momcilovic. Into the paint, Momcilovic lays it in.
Just a great two-man game there. It's another part of his arsenal, that little runner.
Kofi high off the glass, got it.
Great movement off the ball, too. Defense kind of turned their head, found an open spot, able to use that glass.
Nelson finds Milan Momcilovic.
Biggest thing with this Cyclone team is you don't see much of a drop-off. You go from what they call first team, second team.
Lipsy drills the three from the corner. Great no-look pass from Jefferson to start that. 23 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists for Jefferson as Kofi gets the three on the other end. Back-to-back buckets for Kofi after being held quiet through the first 15 minutes or so of the second half.
Well, Lipsy ball side right there came off of Kofi for the double team. Great recognition to find Kofi alone in that corner. When he's been alone, he's been deadly.
Momcilovic driving, hangs and scores.
Those are shots we were talking about, having that mismatch. Nothing Kofi could do, able to get into his body. He's got that length and stretch.
Momcilovic joins Lipsy and Jefferson in double figures with 13. A lot of shot making lately. Stonehill has hit 4 of their last 5 attempts. Cyclones have hit 3 in a row. Holden got it. Now 5 of the last 6 for the Skyhawks. Started pretty cold in this second half. Started to heat up.
I like the effort. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says right now. Stonehill able to find some openings in that Cyclone defense.
Momcilovic has it going right now. It's a 3 from straight away, 16 points for him. Out to Espinal Guzman. He misses a 3 deep. And the rebound thrown out of bounds off of Iowa. A game the day after that, Creighton won. Toure runs it in. Good steal on the inbound for Kilian Toure. He joins the double figure party.
There's nothing going to get you better for conference play as that stretch of games there. You get Creighton. They had their exhibition against Creighton, but now for real to go. St. John's had a tough loss in New York early in the season, but they'll be a tough one to handle. I believe that one's in Vegas, isn't it?
Correct. Yep. St. John's, Creighton, and then another game in Vegas as part of the Players Era tournament. Bateman catches a loose ball and puts up a 3, but misses it strong. Tudich collects, feeds it down to Trenton Ruth.
The Iowa game will be an interesting game too, against 2 teams that love to play defense. A little bit different on the offensive ends.
Whistle from the referee, I think, to clean up a spot on the floor.
Coach Krause just wanted to do a substitution, a quick timeout substitution.
Both teams have hit 5 of their last 6 shots after McGinn hit 1 for Stonehill. Bateman tries a 3, misses it strong. Kelderman secures the offensive rebound. Cade Kelderman in the game for the first time. Leads play to now Toure. Toure looking for Kelderman, who hadn't filled in that space yet.
Boy, in that last game, Purdue, that's going to be a fun one too. So that Boilermaker program, what they've been able to do the last few years.
They're back to the top spot in the rankings.
And they always got good bigs, and they've got their exterior, their guard play is phenomenal. Just able to knock down 3s.
Ruth Fader from the free throw line won't go. Kelderman secures a tipped rebound. Izzy to Bateman, steps into 3, gets fouled, and Bateman will shoot 3 for the Cyclones.
Those are the games that we've talked about, that you see a game like this. Used to see maybe 5 or 6 or 7 of these types of games through the non-conference. Now teams are scheduling a lot more Power 5, Power 4 schools to get ready for conference play.
Bateman hits the first of 3. 3 for 5 from the line this season, the freshman from Milwaukee. Second. Substitution for Stonehill as Norbu Genpa gets into the game for the first time.
And you look at the top three in the Big 12, you got Houston, BYU, and Texas Tech. Iowa State gets Houston and Texas Tech here one game and then has to go out to BYU. So the schedule looks to favor in some ways. You never know as the season goes, injuries and everything else, but still.
Xavion Mitchell gets the interception. Finds Kelderman. Out to Bateman at the left wing. Another three-point try. Bateman misses short. Genpa collects the rebound. Will push the pace for the Skyhawks. Hit 5 of their last 6 from the floor. Trenton Ruth stops. No, keeps his dribble going. Ruth into the paint. Kick out. 3-ball. Diamantes misses it strong, and Heisey collects the rebound. Picks up his dribble and feeds it to Bateman. Under a minute to go. Plato wants to drive, spins around, got fouled. Dominicus Plata heads to the line for 2.
Boy, that's a good sign too. Again, just being able to put the ball on the floor, attack the rim. I always talk about footwork, but it's so big with the bigs to be able to. I mean, nowadays bigs aren't necessarily just a post, as we see even in the NBA. Guys that are 7'6" look like point guards out there, handling the ball, shooting the ball. And you have to be. You have to bring so many different skill levels, whether you're 6 foot or you're 7 foot. Being able to handle the ball, being able to shoot the ball.
Plata misses the second, and the rebound into the hands of Anthony Holden. Ruth wants 3. Misses it strong. Anthony Rise collects the rebound. The freshman, also from Milwaukee, comes in late, gets a rebound. Kelderman gets it across. And can and will dribble out the remainder of the clock. Final score from Hilton Coliseum: Iowa State 96, Stonehill 57. TJ Otzelberger picks up his 99th